I mean, after winning that second round, it can sometimes be difficult for CTs to stabilize after winning the second off the pistol. Because they're still bringing that, what we saw was double AK by the end of it. Apex, lovely off angle from Faven. You could see how hard that adjustment would be. And suddenly a 3v3.
Doable.
Yeah, and D's got the Incendiary, he's got Kevlar behind his M4. I would love to see Spitty doing some early damage here. It would make that molly all the more powerful, and that's what he's looking for to do. A good stray from ZywOo. And 2 more on advancing. Shox is the primary target. That's exactly what the scout was capable of. Needs to get out. Survival key here. And Faven going to try and put some bullets down range. The smoke should enable the plan. RPK can get them both. And he does. Lines them up, but Faven did damage. And now all onto the king. Mr. RPK looking for his third, and he gets it as well. He has been consistent for the French, and he does it just when he needs to. A triple kill for 4 for Vitality.
I think RPK, now I will be corrected if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty certain RPK is the oldest player performing at this level. People will be saying, what about Forest? Forest isn't in the SO1 Cologne, ladies and gentlemen. RPK is, and he had a beast mode performance against FaZe just yesterday. This man is 31 years of age. That is the same age as Ancient Old Me, born in 1989. You little zoomers out there, you might have to have a look at what that means. Oh my lord, okay.
What are you saying about him?
Well, he's been taken down. Diha actually has the AWP, not Snatchy in this round right here. He's found the opening over towards that B-bomb site.
Bonk.
And I'm glad to see some of these players getting back into form. RPK is outstanding when he has those games. I remember, you know, people doubted him so much in the past, but clearly he's found his form here. Apex, just the same. ZywOo going to continue to control this ramp. It's kind of just been his palace to walk around in however he pleases, but they are losing out on numbers here.
He's afforded that luxury and that kill exclusively because of what Apex was doing. Unfortunately, it has cost him Apex's life, so now suddenly a 2v4 becoming all the more favorable to Sprout to start to build their second. But Shox and ZywOo is quite the combination of Counter-Strike gamers. Let's see what we have in store. A boost to get him up for the headshot peek with the AK-47. Dennis, whoa, be expecting that. I wasn't expecting such a quick one. Dennis will pull his pin. Smoke for the Jennies. I like it. It's starting to take shape, but Dennis needs to be forced off this angle, and I don't think he's going to bow out willingly.
Dennis going to dig his heels in, take down ZywOo, and we're down to just Shox.
Can they get that second orb? They're running for it. Oh, we didn't just catch if they picked it up there. Maybe, and the Sprout fans are right there. Good to see we have some viewers who are tuning in for almost every game on the fan cans there. So people loving the Counter-Strike. Good to see Tier 1 CS back in action. Here's the opening onto RPK. D-Hub blind through the smoke. Easy as you like. And they finish this one off with ease. So the early stages 4-2 here. Over towards A, they did take a little bit of damage early as well. So let's have a look and see how Vitality want to get to this one. It's quick. And Snatchy with the opening this time. So the orb's been moved around between the poles.
Certainly a nice luxury to have. Multiple players. D-Hut gone. Nice catch from RPK. It's rare to see that angle actually pay dividends. But that will give him the equalizer. And what looked to be an early advantage for Sprout is squandered fast.
Oh, it's a hard angle to peek into, isn't it, for the CT side? That is very, very tricky to see. Now, the Ts are a little low. Bear in mind, RPK did take a fair amount of flak. Spitty could have something quite nice here. I wonder how this works out if they get up ramp at this point. Flashing into the early swing.
Ooh, Faven, you got a flash for me, bro? Now? Ah, and he's going to hold his trigger. It is 2. And that is enough, more than enough, as it slows them down, cuts them down to size. The rotate's coming in. Snatchy's walking straight into the crosshairs. He could be in trouble. Tagged down by Apex.
It's a big miss.
Really could follow them through. That would have been a great chance. Now Dennis is there in support. ZywOo would have to hit some stunning headshots. He's even got the molly perfect for the plant. Can't really contest that at this point. ZywOo's the one with the bomb. Wall bangs or nades, that's their only way to try and find someone. Not going to do anything there.
They're trying to make Faven lift ahead. They know he's there.
Gonna get him. Oh, he gets the info, but oh, this is messy. Apex, he hasn't got the enough, and now with just ZywOo left, I don't think he has enough time for this. Faven confirms it. And that is Sprout winning the round by not peeking, ladies and gentlemen. They just sat still. And that's sometimes when Chad's screaming at me, just nobody move, nobody die. It does certainly translate.
What if I clutch, Alex?
But what if I just killed him? Then we could start the next round. But that was great. That really put them in a box. They had no options after the miss from Apex.
Just taking a quick look here. So in those last 2 gun rounds, it has been the openings from the AWP, one towards B onto RPK, and then the next we just saw onto Shox there down the A ramp. So the opening duels currently looking pretty nice in the favor of Sprout, at least as far as the rifles are concerned. And that has forced Team Vitality back down onto the pistols here. So Deagles, ZywOo and RPK. Apex as well wants to get one of the 50 cals in his back pocket. Glocks from Masuda and Shox. You wouldn't be expecting too much from this one here, but remember, ZywOo's in the server.
That's a nasty way to go down. Yeah, suddenly you realize, if I go down now, that's a bomb plant. Spiddy's got a lot to deal with. He's got Snatchy now in tow.
Snatchy, oh, this is a scary one. Don't do that. Apex was looking for that all last round, and he gets it now. Rifle gets thrown around. Oh, Dennis, are you mental?
He's playing with fire as Dennis.
Is he mental? He re-peeks that. Oh, yeah, I just died there. Cool.
Yeah, literally standing on the corpse of his fallen comrade, like, I'll get him this time. Brave, very brave, but it does take Apex out of the equation, which is a relief.
Well, they've rotated back towards B. There's only one player. Spiddy has a lot of work to do here.
They will start
Steps.
with the sound cue. Gets the spot, but it's only one. That's big. They can plant safely here, uncontested. They'll plant for ramp. No incendiary, no bullets. It's too late. Doing his trigonometry. Dennis plans to flash for short, and they can tuck in now. Kits are a question. D had it. D has gone. ZywOo's Deagle signed and delivered. Give me that double swing. Give it to me. Misuta's there to clean up the pieces, and Vitality with a real clean 5 to get Vitality and Vertigo started.
ZywOo just seems different, you know? Like, those Deagles look different. He always has, like, a little nade, a little smoke, a little flash, something. He's always looks a little scary. As I said, first time I'm seeing him, so fun prospect.
Yeah, this Vitality roster, when Apex took over as the in-game leader and Masuda came in, he looked very rough, but he was a rookie. Masuda was another one picked up from the Pug Realms. They basically took a massive risk on this kid.
Yeah.
And the fact that they've been able to convert him, I believe that's Matt in the background. So we've got XCats as the head coach. I think that's Matt. And for those of you who are nice and old like me, WCG 2007 Emulate is capital M, little A, capital T. They won it.
That was what?
They were Frenchmen.
What?
Yeah, 1.6 team. So I think they have him in there as an assistant coach or something along those lines. There's actually quite the support team for this Vitality roster. And yeah, that Emulate team winning that WCG was mad.
Back in the day when we had events and like we saw these players in real life.
Yeah.
Human people in person.
Vitality would show up with like a bus of like 50 people. It was ridiculous. And that was just their support structure. So yeah, there's a lot of resources being funneled into Vitality, and you can understand why. Currently holding the #2 spot and currently set for a semi-final start. I was about to say finish, of course, remains to be seen, but they have to get through Sprout first.
No one's watching the push for Dennis, by the way. He has a lot of room. Yikes.
Imagine much worse than that. You're just going to crest around the corner, are you? Smokes, nades in hand? No. Not going to get away with that.
Dennis has 3 kills here. Is ZywOo aware? Yes, he is.
Different. Like...
It's a big gap that they left open, so the fact that ZywOo...
Saw his head there when he mantled the sandbags. I don't know if he knows. Spiddy knows ZywOo was around here, and that's a good surprise. Can't hit the shot, though. There's one at the top of the ramp. He's in a real dire straits. Rock and a hard place. And so, Diha continuing to find kills when he shouldn't. That is impressive. He's caught Apex on the mid-lurk. He will have access to A, but perhaps he can recover at least a rifle. Yeah, he has grabbed the AK off Apex's corpse. Should just be the round there. Maybe Faven at the 0 goose egg dollars in his savings account. Might even value that Kevlar vest and CZ at this point.
I feel like this is, Sprout gets away with it sometimes. Mostly Vitality are doing pretty good.
I think with the play style that Vitality approach the game with, they're bound to give up a couple of rounds here and there, right? Because it is a little bit more all-in. Here they're actually playing relatively reserved in their approach, nice and slow. You saw that contact play towards middle, but not many teams would you see just 3 AK contact walk, right? That's not like a sure is like a gimmicky round every now and again, but Vitality really put a lot of flux in their play. And I put that down to Apex as an in-game leader. Now, somebody who was an entry fragger who would take a lot of space, you have to have a good read for the game, right? You have to be able to feel the game, feel the gaps, understand. And actually taking over the in-game leadership role, if he's doing all the homework and he's actually studying all the demos, he's going to know where those gaps are. And then if it's working, if he goes, oh, Sprout are doing this, I know where the hole is. Sprout are doing this, I know where we need to go. He is very fiery, he is very emotional, but that might even play into the hands because ZywOo, star player, probably a bit more quiet. So maybe Apex firing him up, getting him involved. That could be the scenes you want.
I mean, if I look down the list of 5 on your right-hand side of your screens, it would be Apex to be the voice, certainly behind this roster. RPK, always the silent killer. Masuuta's already done good work in this one, trying to bait the shots for his teammates. No issues for Masuuta here.
Those are rifles.
Certainly one of them just being hot potatoed around that mid push.
Oh, bloomin' hell. How do you manage to isolate 4 players basically into 4 individual 1v1s in one corridor?
Just hunting him, bounding around the corners. Spitty tried to draw the crosshair, but Masuuta far too quick. Another rinse repeat round. It feels like just yesterday we saw Vitality picking themselves up these long, arduous saves for the one CT that wasn't their victim, and this time it's Faven.
We need to see some signs of life out of Sprout here. I know that force by early was good. The AWP openings from Diha and then Snatchy or the other way around. Yeah. That was great ways for them to kick off some gun rounds in the earlier stages. But what we'll do is I'll be taking check of the frags. I'll be following my little round timeline to see how close they truly are.
Who had ZywOo in their team, by the way, for their fantasy team?
Alex.
Nice.
Thanks.
Okay. We also had Poison and Blame F, and they're both out. So I don't know if you want to back him up with that, Lauren, but...
sometimes, you know, if you have someone quiet on your team, you got to pump them up once in a while, Chad. You know, you got to give them a little support there.
Pep talk.
Little pep talk.
Well, maybe that's what Sprout are doing now with this tactical timeout. As we can see, they've taken their first of 4 here. Look at the little cars. It's like Grand Theft Auto, the first one. Actually, no, that'd be a bit more...
There's the Vitality bus going past.
2D.
Yeah, it does look more like the kind of the GTA knockoff my parents let me play.
My parents...
Driver 3.
Oh, yeah.
Driver was great, but do you remember there was like the Simpsons one? I can't remember what it was called, like Home Run. Oh, Hit and Run, was it?
Banging. That was like Crazy Taxi. Yeah, I love that. Don't watch the gameplay back though. I'll tell you now. I swear it was realistic. It looked like a Simpsons episode.
I was there.
I watched it back. It's just yellow and brown polygons. Pretty much all you get. But we are into our 11th round. Plenty more polygons here in Counter-Strike. Certainly loving those new models. And the Federal Bureau of Investigation clash with Team Vitality.
Look at this. Only 1 defuse kit in play. No Molotovs. 4 smokes, now 3. And the run boost!
He's across. He's found himself 1. It's not enough. If a double kill from Diha and Dennis, we are still seeing an advantage for Sprout into the 11th.
I'm sorry, my jaw is still just like detached after seeing this.
Ooh, they're feeling themselves today, Lauren.
Oh my word.
Oh, we can see him. Hello.
That smoke, as it fades, it is such a nightmare for the human eye to try and pinpoint movement within the smoke.
I'm amazed at this brand
little
of
run boost.
Counter-Strike. I love a bit of that. Yeah. Why don't you ever try that?
Look, if you want to play some...
Rushley talking about his movement skills?
Yeah.
You know, saying, I'm like one of the best in the game. I'm basically the coolest guy in Counter-Strike. That was kind of the sentiment. Well, he could probably do that. He does that often.
Oh, Rush, get ready. And someone else who should get ready are the CT players. Masuuta.
Did Diha see it?
Yeah, had to have done. They both saw each other there, and it's going to be Masuuta who comes out on top. Now, bear in mind, the remaining player for the CT side is pretty detached, pretty far away. Masuuta is low, but this retake's going to be horrible. Kit available, I think, yep. So, could do something, but you need almost a freebie to feel good about it.
Apex has just smoked him off as well, so he has to deal with that over towards the scaffolding position. Not quite sure where the T's could be. And right now, as he saunters on in, you're right, Lauren.
It's so suspicious. He's just going to have to pretend there's no one there. Yeah, okay, calls it clear now. They've rotted the clock and Molly for the bomb.
Another 7 seconds gone.
Yeah, he's running out of time now. He's going to have about 3 seconds to kill both of them. And that just seems like too much. Masuuta!
Bye-bye.
Good grief, I could see his eyebrows. And Faven's gone. Just like that. Vitality extending their lead here on Vertigo. Now, this was, correct me if I'm wrong, Vitality's pick. So they're certainly telling us how it goes down.
What is that little dog? His eyes like lit up. It looked like a little demon was being pulled out of the screen.
Oh, look, there's a group of people down the bottom in the middle there. There was like 5 or 6 people watching.
Hopefully you are.
We had a little auditorium.
Viewing party.
Yeah. They were all wearing the same uniform. I might even go as far as saying they might be some form of like a Boy Scout. They're probably like military.
Troop.
I don't want to say Boy Scout. They look like grown men.
Yeah, grown men with the whole scout vibe.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was distracted by the demon dog.
Yeah.
Also looked cute once you pulled it away. Apologies.
Hanging it limp, though, it kind of suspicious for a while.
Yeah, this round, we're on the pistols. We are down to CZs, Deagles, P250s. And I want to see how Vitality keep this clean.
I have a fun quiz for all of y'all, as this round here should taper out pretty quickly. Shox will deal with most of that. It's just Dihar over on the B bomb site. What has been different about this Vertigo game than the ones that we traditionally watch?
What a quiz. What's been different? They've gone B more.
Yay!
I haven't just seen ramp for the last 12 rounds.
You can see now that the map actually is viable if you're willing to go to the other sites. You can take advantage of the run boost to open up the B site, give yourself another avenue in there. You can also drop your own smokes to deal with that CT-sided Molotovs, flash through the windows. There's a lot of things that you can do. Teams just really default over towards A because they can make it work. And if you want to be stubborn about that, we can talk about other approaches. Notice on Vertigo the other day, we had teams go, on Overpass the other day, we had teams going A long quite a lot.
Right.
Dust 2, we have teams going A long quite a lot. So Vertigo will eventually, when teams start abusing mid and B, it'll become a map that plays out across the entire domain.
I'm looking forward to more action in middle in general. Like
It feels so viable. I'm surprised that it hadn't been toyed with before.
So what the way in my mind, what's happened here
Explain
is...
to me, because obviously I play it at my level,
So
which is very detached.
that connector, that flank into B from middle is the newest addition. Previously, it was the first iterations, it was a squeaky door sound cue, but it existed, then they completely removed it. And so the only way to actually flank B was through CT or
Not great.
nasty.
Yeah.
So now they've kind of given mid a reason to exist. It certainly feels like it's viable, but of course what we're seeing, the quickest adaptation made is we have a molly. We have a running molly that I can completely nullify construction CT. So they're either in a headshot on sandbags on their own and they're going one and done, or they kind of leave it and you just have reactionary players pressing their ear to middle from B and elevator respectively.
And now the double AWP seem to be the response here from Sprout. So Dihar and Snatchy have found opening kills with those. So maybe they can make it work now that they've got one each. Snatchy goes missing there. This is quick.
And Zai was so tagged up in the molly. I don't know if he knows. He tagged him even further. Zaiwu down to just a quarter of his health and Faven opts for a fresh mag. Surely he goes down eventually. Okay. They take down the Titan. And dunk.
Hello.
Oh, nice escape.
Honestly, I love that switch up of pace. You expect, you maybe predict, you theorize that double AWP's coming in. Why not try and bang it out quick? Apex, though, finds Snatchy, so that's one of the two removed. Dihar the other. But look who's still patrolling here. We've seen this position be huge before. Oh my gosh, if the timing's right, if that smoke phase, Masuta seems aware. Nicely played from Masuta. Keep that in mind, that now short is open.
Suddenly, this was supposed to be Sprout's fourth. I thought with opening kills onto Zaiwu and Shox, you'd done enough, but it turns out Masuta is still in the server. Bombs down. DT's for the retake and a great shot. Masuta adds another to the tally. Dihar, he's scratching his head. What am I supposed to do here? Nice smoke. He has a flash as well. Wants to throw that towards ramp for the jump up. And that's the first spotted. Needs the ramp back fast. He doesn't get it. Masuta, quad kill. And double digits for Vitality. This is spectacular stuff to start us off. Vertigo and Vitality, another one to add to our Vertigo list.
Yeah, and here's the deal, right? I was talking about Masuda when he first came in. He had a really rough game on Dust 2, I remember. He was holding that B bomb site. I'm pretty sure he finished the game with a goose egg, right? We don't need to dwell on that because he is a rookie. He is very young. The fact that he has a beard at his age is actually insane. I know some older gentlemen who can't get too much on their face. But the point here is, he is playing now like a player who fits into the team, right? I was worried after the early stages. He did look very shaky, but it's hard to know how long it takes for players to truly find their comfort zone.
I mean, it's a process of integration as well, because the expectations that he had upon him as he climbed were get headshots, kill people, fine. The difference now is get headshots, kill people who are professionally salaried and are working as a five-man unit to kill.
Precisely.
It's no longer just going to be some guy winning his duel. It's going to be 2 flashbangs, a Molotov, and you've got your knife out because you have to get out, and you've been shot in the bottom 19 rounds in a row. That's the reality that Masuta had to work with, and he has been, it seems, integrated nicely. They're in the quarterfinals. They're 10-3 up. We are certainly on track for a Vitality dominance into the semi-finals. Sprout just scout for Spiddy. Certainly not ideal. And neither is missing his first shot. He'll get one more bite of the cherry before he's smoked off. He can find that clean headshot. Not even that.
Dennis barely alive. Forced to wait. As the Mollies do come back in. This utility just rife, isn't it? They're just going to keep pouring it in. Apex playing ahead. RPK towards Dennis. They're making it look very comfortable right now.
I really hope map number 2, Sprout's pick of Mirage, it doesn't simmer like this. You can see that there's a chance Sprout, you know, they have a couple of openings. They maybe look a little bit dangerous. They won the Force Buy. That really got me excited within the early stages of the game. But you're seeing them get manhandled by Vitality now. You're seeing them get absolutely blown out of the water in some of these.
So I know that Vitality are incredibly strong on this map. I think almost flawless to a degree. I don't know how often it's played, but Sprout, I don't know where they sit on this. Is this... it's hard to even take it into this realm, obviously, because pound for pound, it's easy to look at Vitality and see them as a winner, but there has to be a world in which Sprout can achieve more and do better. I just don't know if this is a map that was ever going to entertain that idea.
You're right, and it is a very strong Vitality map. In the last 3 months, they played it 5 times. They're undefeated. 16-7 victory over NIP, 16-11 over Dignitas, 16-11 over NIP, a 16-6 over Heroic, and a 16-2 over Complexity. So quite the batterings, that have been handed on out there. Now, for me, Sprout were either going to ban Overpass or Vertigo. Seems to be what they flick between, and they've opted to go for Vertigo here today as the map they want to leave on open. Seems like a risk knowing that it is such a strong map for the Frenchman.
Well, we've got the double AWPs out, Alex.
I love them.
Maybe, just maybe this time, they could do a bit of work. That's not a bad start.
Not bad at all. Catching RPK just as the smokes were flying in, and suddenly it's less of a threat, right? D has not called him for rotates because he knows he's already cut down likely 50% of what lingered here. Amid pincers a threat if Zywoo's hitting his shots. And so with Dennis gone, we're into a 4 versus 3. Diha baiting on quad. They don't have util to flush him out here, so if he just bides his time, Zywoo's just caught another in transition. What was Spitty looking for? A no-scope from Diha, peeking straight back into Shocks, though puts us into a level stead.
Where is the last 2? Okay. Goes towards the elevators. Around they go. And the T's are relatively apart too, but bear in mind, Shocks does have the bomb. He was spotted, so they're going to know where he was. Zywoo now joins up. They've hit the brakes for a second. What do they have left to work with? No smokes, but they do have some lethals, so they could certainly wrap through that, and the flashes to supplement as well. So Zywoo can definitely make some room here. God damn the patience.
I can't, but I swear he must have been there for over 20 seconds, just staring. He knew that would be the gap to be filled.
Zywoo was chasing!
Zywoo just hunts him down. He's like, I'm not interested in any of this planting nonsense. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. And they have. Vitality doing it their way. And they are sailing, clean sailing, through the first half of our first map here of ESL 1 Cologne second quarterfinal.
Doesn't have the time, always talks about all the other guys. Will I ever understand? Without her, it's not fair, I need you back. No more crying at the end, I'll do it again. Been a while, yeah. Safe to say over a year. Still it feels like I saw you every day. Tired of hanging around the ones that always need an explanation. I don't need to every day.
Well, it was a quick first half. I can't believe we're already into the second, but Sprout probably wishing that we weren't. It was a 12-3 half in favor of Vitality heading into the defensive side of their map pick, Vertigo. Second quarter final of ESL 1 Cologne 2020 online. You got Machine, Pansy, and Sponge casting this one. And that is, I think it's about 12, no, when we count the pick, 15 pixels of pizza there.
Got to keep that performance high. We're in Counter-Strike.
Yum, yum, yum.
What's Masuta fancying here? He was actually
He was thinking
posturing
about
with
it.
something cheeky. He's got Apex behind him. I can understand why he'd have some wind beneath his wings. Now we're just going for that jump peek. I am interested in the technique. So he's crouching, then up. Okay. So
He's solo A, just for everybody playing at home. That's the responsibility on this man. The more hit bomb site, he's on his own.
Wow.
That's the warning shot. They've got so much util as well. Body shots would work, and he's already found one. Are they ready for another? I'm not sure Spiddy's expecting this. The flash does force him into the corner. Now a chance for a clean.
God, why is he so talented?
Oh, it's so crispy. Apex has taken the head off Spiddy and charging back into the A site, the A realm. Zywoo just backing off, finding more and more headshot angles for him to adopt. Two overwhelming targets, but he's managed to stabilize into the first. Faven's gone. Snatchy overwhelmed with 3 different targets. He'd eventually fall. He's had quite a quiet one, has Snatchy. Let's not forget Orpa and Fragger extraordinaire on over his Polish rosters. Zywoo's got another lovely jubbly double kill for him. I wonder how many multi-kills rounds Zywoo's already managed to acquire over such a short space of time. I'm going to investigate.
Beep, boop, 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 beep. That's Alex investing. That's the noise. He's got a little
Is that
toy.
his brain or the computer?
No, he's got a little toy robot.
I don't think my brain makes any noise, Lauren.
Just worse.
Yeah.
Just like an old fan.
Bingo. Multi-kills. He's got 2. Let me try again. 5 multi-kill rounds.
Brain
2
really
plus
do
kills.
that.
That's multi. All right. I'm glad we got that all sorted out. And we're doing things that I'm more capable of, like...
Oh, we'll Sprout at Eco, so they're not going to get anything done here. And
Oh,
I just
good.
want to kind of set the scene for everybody playing at home. This is a quarterfinal. This seems like a bit of a blowout. Now, we were mentioning that Vitality last 3 months, undefeated on this map. Quite a good one for them. Oh, nade over the top of the box.
Oh.
Hello. Okay.
By design, I imagine.
I hope so. Otherwise, it's a happy accident. Now, Vitality will run away with this, ladies and gentlemen. Their comeback probably not going to happen. And Zywoo farming cash for that big green. So that's 3 kills.
Cha-ching.
Masuta going to grab one of his own. Now, if Zywoo and Masuta, like Zywoo obviously superstar, but if Masuta becomes the second star of this team, then I can actually start finding some validity in this roster just being like world beaters, right?
Yeah.
Because RPK has
Rush.
massive performances. Rush, how you doing, mate?
Hey guys, what's going on? Look, I'm next to the players. Look, check it out.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, you're
Wow,
like,
cool, dude.
I was
wow.
like, wait, they're in the production room?
He's like hanging out at CT Spawn.
Oh, that's cool,
Wave to
man.
him.
Wow,
Wave to him.
technology's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, Rush.
Amazing.
Future is now.
I love the way that Rush has literally become like a fan favorite of like everyone
Green.
who watches.
That's what we call him.
Zywoo. Here we go. He's got the big green. Not looking so green, a little bit more deadly. And speaking of dead, Masuta's staying alive, but he's got a lot of pressure coming his way.
Yeah, I thought he was willing to swing on that flashbang there. Here's the pins pulled. He will be flashed in, and that should be at least one. Bodyguarded by Dai. Oh, okay. It's
DK.
finally finished off. Dennis got naded from 3 to 1 before Snatchy put the final bullet into him.
Look at them still pushing.
Yeah,
This
they
is
want
nuts.
more. I love this. They're going to take some space. They want to get this leveled. Procedurally clear his corners. And Snatchy needs some redemption here. He does get finished off by Zywoo, and they've put him into a winnable stance. He's even going to get the bomb here. The choice Vitality have made here, Lauren, is to put him in a winnable situation. Now they've got the bomb, and he's only got 2 to find.
I want to see what this man can do. I've been hearing words, even when I was away from Counter-Strike, of what this guy can achieve, and I want to see the proof of it. I mean, he's on 23 kills and looking incredibly good. Like, let's ignore that and pretend nothing's happened. It's only this round.
Going ladder.
They're going up the ladder. Zywoo's on patrol. Smoke comes in. He's considering other things, but 35 seconds. He knows they're going to be coming his way pretty darn soon. Timing is everything.
Steps. Bomb retrieve. There's it. Gets his first free duel. As he's anticipating the second, he's got the spray chance. But Speedy resolves it. Needed that Sprout back off to their winning ways. And it was, of course, very similar ways in which they found their first few rounds. It was off the back of the pistol. This time, not the second, but the third round. Let's see this aggression again. Let's see how this translates into a Sprout victory in the end. It was Snatchy who actually gets hit. One and then done.
No escape, only attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so close right there. Zywoo was stepping back out to take that fight. Unable to convert. Bit disappointed by that one right there, but the scoreline is 14-4. And let's see, will they go for the force bite? No, it'll just be a partial. Couple of deagles, flashes to play with, and Zywoo spotted a few there.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not I'd be compelled to charge into the USPs, regardless of how little they have. It's who has them that scares me. Ouch. 80 damage from a nade. Certainly one Apex would hope to forget. He's one of the deaglers, so this is the end for Apex. Nice shots from Dennis.
Keeping it clean. That's what you want to see.
Certainly.
Any of the Sprout fans out there, you want to see nice, clean rounds like this. No threats allowed. Dennis going through it all, but you can see the air of caution, even just against a very low HP Shocks. They're being very, very meticulous, and right to be doing as such. But they do keep 5 alive, get the bomb down, they get everything they wanted. And it's a good kind of building blocks for them to get a respectable scoreline here. You don't want to be swept aside. You don't want this to be something that puts you in those dire moods going forward. Of course, they can mentally reset, but, you know, 1 to 2, 3 rounds, it's never feeling nice.
Yeah, this is where we talk about the chance for them to warm in going to their own map pick. So if they're able to...
Did you call them Boy Scouts?
I don't know.
They're grown-ass men.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to say like they were military or something. They just all look like they were wearing
like
a
green.
uniform. Yeah, I don't know.
Someone else might like green as Shocks after that shot. Big green to hand, doing beautiful work. Didn't expect to see him rocking the AWP here, but maybe Spawn allowing.
Zywoo only had about 3,700, so he's had to opt for the UMP. And this is what I'm talking about now. It's not just the one-man show. They're not just setting him up anymore. He's a great player. He can win with anything. They're making sure everybody on the team has their opportunities to find frags and contribute to the victory. Team Flash.
Yeah. Very late smoke towards short, so you can see Zywoo's actually taken that as an invitation. He'll play the gap.
Timing on this nade. He could find a big chunk of damage here. A little bit too early. Just tickles Faven.
Apex, are you going back? Wow, he's right in the open. Snatchy could not believe his luck. He'll collect, and that equalizes. As I was only working with a UMP, so Spiddy's presence on B will not be too concerning for the Vitality members. They've opted to stack over there and leave poor old Zywoo with just an SMG to defend the potential A hit.
They are dropping back towards B, though. Oh, no, wait. They're coming back towards A. They were going B. They were going A.
It's a quick rotate, to be fair.
True.
So they can flip-flop as much as they like. 30 seconds, I'd probably want a decision out of them. He's going to be seeing smokes fly over towards A.
Okay. I'm just so nervous for Sprout. It feels like these players are just on the verge of doing great things against them. For now, though, the smokes are good, the mollies are good. They're all in the right place, so they do get the plant. They could... Ooh, some nice post plants. Chilling with his buddy on the old ropes.
Just, I mean...
I couldn't do that.
What I don't understand about that spot, Chad, so many players go for it in the after.
I hate it. It's
right?
I think it's terrible.
It's predictable at this point. It's an easy line from Elevator. I can fight you and isolate you without having to fight anyone else.
Oh, he's actually at the little bit further back one.
So he's one up.
Yeah, so the one that Alex and I are discussing is the pole just ahead. Rush, you're on a... Yeah, and this one here is what we don't like, right, Alex? Because you're bang on there. You are a lot more in the open. It's a left-eye peak. It's a very precarious position. You are walking the tightrope, right? You can't fumble in that spot. And it is quite commonly cleared. So I'm with you right there. The one that Dihar was in, maybe he finds himself a little bit more success. We haven't seen that one come into play too often. But Vitality were more than happy just to concede that after giving up the bomb site. They gambled. You know, they put all in on red. Well, guess what? It was black. Unfortunately, they'll have to... I'm not sure if they were able to scavenge that weapon for Zywoo. The UMP doesn't look like it's floating in the sky above the heads over there towards CT spawn.
Bing.
There's a Galil. So he's upgraded from a UMP to a Galil. So slowly getting more potent Zywoo's weaponry right here.
One of these days, he'll get that big green. Well, then. That's one way to start things proceedings off. It's RPK. He tags up Dennis in the middle of a run boost, and by the time his feet touch the ground, it is lethal. Oh, wow. That is a stark contrast to the start ZywOo got on his run boost, and now a fully flashed Diha. Look how he couldn't move, right? He doesn't want to be faffing around with his movement keys when he's flashed on a ledge. So he's just a sitting duck, plucked.
Looked like watching you play Fall Guys last night, just flying off the map. It's great.
Not my strong suit.
It was very funny, though. Snatchy here in... I've got to say as well, credit to RPK, I feel like he's just such a powerful element when he has a sight. He just has that all-encompassing like knowledge of what he wants to do with it. For now, though, the T's down to 3. Bomb is still to hand, so at least there is, I guess, a silver lining in that, but they need something here. That could have been it, and a missed shot.
Through the legs.
Oh, that's a nutmeg.
It's going to be the B hit. Shocks with a tag. Bomb should go down here.
Faven needs more. They're closing him in on every angle. Good shot. Snay and maybe another. Apex doesn't mind. He'll do it while he's blind. Snatchy going to be smoked off as well. What is his options? On the sandbags, maybe find a gap. It doesn't matter. Apex was pushing that whole time. So Vitality, it does just feel like it's a matter of time for them to convert their map pick. Sprout outclassed. I'd love to see the Dennis death. I don't know if we caught that in the replay. But yeah, the catastrophic start to Sprout's play there.
Zipping over.
Boost. He gets dinked.
HP, yeah.
Dink. Even better. 10 HP by the time his boots hit the ground. And Apex just pushing through that smoke away and finding these.
Completely
as well.
blind. Yeah. Yeah, this one here just really feels hard for Sprout, right? 1 round away now. Double AWPs are not out. I thought they picked one up for ZywOo. Obviously not. So the AK for ZywOo. He's finally got a good gun.
3 rounds.
Oh, RPK.
Are you crazy? He wants more. Snatchy does get traded out, and they get 2 opening frags and a man advantage off the break.
I love it. This is just RPK at strength, backed up by Shocks. Incredibly powerful, but now ZywOo stood up, but he's let Spitty pass. Oh, and just for that, the dagger in the back, he leaves just Dihar alive and so far away from the bomb. So much more to be done. And Shocks is still here. He's never left. And he's not leaving. 16-6. Vitality look incredibly good on their map. We put the question mark with Sprout coming into map number 2, and hopefully it's better than this.
Don't want your empathy, I just want another enemy. I'm not gonna change a thing for you. I'm over middle ground, and I really wanna burn it down. I'm not your friend, and I won't pretend I am. So don't reach out, and I mean that. I'm under siege, and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm at a fever pitch, you're at a leisurely pace. I'm unscathed, I'm unafraid. Oh, warm welcome to the war game.
Welcome to the war game.
is a kind of lie, and I know that I won't change your mind. We have no common ground, and we're never gonna figure it out. So don't get friendly, get angry. I'll bury you down by the bar. So don't reach out, and I mean that. I'm under siege, and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm out of fever, and you're at a leisurely pace. Unscathed and unafraid. A warm welcome to the war game.
Stomping their way through their map pick. It's Vitality. Makes sense. Sprout, they've had a fantastic performance to get to this point, but we prefaced this entire segment, we prefaced this entire day that Sprout had already caused an uproar, had already caused that upset, and it was none other than Vitality. Every single member showing us exactly what they're capable of, Chad. It was, I guess, as expected to start this series off.
Yeah, and it feels flat after what we just saw with Heroic versus Complexity. So if you are joining us after that series, look, we're sorry, but this is what we were expecting coming into today. The fact of the matter is, I said it was Tim versus David, or Goliath as it probably should be.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Chad. In David versus Goliath, David beats Goliath.
I know, but I don't believe in fairy tales, Alex. So the way that one ended was David got stomped.
Yeah, okay.
And it's likely that happens to Sprout as well. We do have to move into Mirage as the second map. Oh, okay.
Sorry,
well, no, that's fine. You can show off Yoda because I have the man. I do have the man because I need some help with the analysis here. Green, are you with us?
Hello, how are we today?
Okay, fantastic. So Green is with us. Now, Rush, just quickly, because I can only say in that game, Zywoo owned everybody. Masuda bailed them out of some situations.
True.
RPK on the CT side found some frags. What were you thinking, mate? Because you're my right-hand man in Danger Zone.
I don't know, it just felt like a lot of fights just went heavily in the favor of Vitality, honestly. I think that's a nice little baby Yoda you got there, Lauren.
It's very high quality.
I don't know where
Back
you
to
got
the
it from.
analysis.
Yeah, so anyway, when I was printing the baby Yoda, right,
Yeah.
basically I was hoping it would stick to the build plate, and I think that's kind of what Sprout were hoping for in this game, but
Okay.
it didn't really come through, and I think Vitality just destroyed them.
Okay, I do want to ask him from a observer perspective. Is it easy observing Vitality?
There's a lot of times I hope Zywoo does a lot, and sometimes he doesn't do a lot, which is very sad when that doesn't happen. But when Zywoo does do a lot, then I'm very happy. So then it's easy.
Right, so you're telling me that your plan for this game was to just press Zywoo's button for most of the,
Yep,
of the
just
rounds?
on number
For
8,
serotonin,
just
press.
always go back to it and see what he does. You know, this, I probably call this, probably. We'll see.
I've seen that one. I've definitely
We
seen-
saw this. I knew
did
this
see
was
that
coming
one.
in. I saw Zywoo with the Deagle and thought, well, he should do
You
something.
didn't catch
here.
this from Zywoo's perspective, Rush.
Well, it's a 1K, you know, whatever. This was probably going on at the same... Well, no, it's Zywoo
No,
as
we didn't
well.
see that
Oh,
either.
well,
Yeah,
we did see that.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, we did see this, definitely, 1,000,000%.
$1,000,000%. Okay,
at
well,
that.
we've got the numbers crunched, and it looks like you guys don't think this is going to map 3. About a 60-40 split. Sprout's pick, though, Rush, and of course, you'll be setting the scene. I'm about to ask Chad, but I'll let you get in there first. What do we expect to see on the map pick of Sprout?
I mean, it's Mirage, a favor for the Germans, so they should have a lot prepared for this, but it depends. I think if Vitality start off hot, I think it's going to be very hard for Sprout to get back into it.
Yeah, and of course, we'll have to turn to our expert, Rush. I'll let you go and warm up your fingers.
All
You've
right,
got
no
that
worries.
fan and those exercises we talked about.
See you later.
Great.
Whoa.
Yeah, this should probably be a 2-0. I know that this isn't a fantastic map for Vitality, but if you have a look at Sprout as well, I think for them, Mirage is a choice that feels like it's targeted. They want to deal with some weaknesses here, but it's going to be tough to unravel them. Masuda anchoring over towards the A-bomb side, RPK over towards B, Shox, Apex, and Zywoo. They're all in flux every single round, and it feels like they're on top of it here. So if we want Sprout to be able to take us to that third, get us the distance, they need to show up here because Vertigo, they didn't even get the engine going.
No, they really didn't. And just having one final reminder of just how much dominance you got to see. A very quiet 26 from ZywOo, but as expected, top of the scores for first map. It was a very quick one. And it does look like we're ready to be taking our break. ESL 1 Cologne 2020. Not in the Lanxess, but who needs it when we've got Counter-Strike like Vitality? Bring in the pain. You can see the trophy cabinet is stocked. And in pursuit of putting a logo in the 2020 column, we take a break.
Intel Gamer Days is on now. Whether you're looking to buy or build, now is a great time to upgrade. Get limited time offers and giveaways from top names in PC gaming. Unleash elite gaming performance with systems featuring new 10th gen Intel Core processors. And bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game optimizations for a mightier PC experience. Act now. Intel Gamer Days is only here for a limited time.
If you want to know what you're good at and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low. But I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's Molly for the melancholy. Could he fill a hole inside? if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah. Sarah, why you leaving me? Sarah, I lost myself today trying to find ways to make you stay. Sarah, I want to go away, close my eyes, never wake up again. You come and you go.
ESL One Cologne Online is brought to you in part by Intel, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, and GG Bet.
For the melancholy, cold, you feel a hole inside me.
We're back for ESL One Cologne, ladies and gentlemen. A short break, a short interlude. I'm sure you guys were enjoying that one. It was a chat request. I'm going to break the fourth wall there.
Oh, it's fine. Got it in on the ESL radio, on the wireless. The requests are coming in thick and hot. Sarah, we've all got a Sarah out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's connected.
Sarah,
we all
dude.
had our Sarah. And why are you... We were singing along. We won't do that live on broadcast.
I've never heard anything like it. I've never seen chat so in sync as well.
No, just two cats being strangled next to you, and you didn't really quite understand it. But honestly, it's a bit of a cult we've formed over
You've
Sarah.
made a little Sarah cult.
Yeah, we have. And I do hope that there will be a little less melancholy for Sprout into this one, though. We are getting into what looks to be the final map of our shift. The Vitality are frisky. They're naughty. It's Mirage, however, and it's certainly one of those playgrounds where anybody can achieve anything if they put their mind to it. It's a brick wall of Vitality, and we're going to be seeing Sprout up against it. Sitting down a little more carefully this time, Lauren. I hope to be with you for the whole pistol.
I was a little worried about your knees.
Yes, okay. Slow and steady. Nice smoke from Spiddy. Quite the opposite of slow. That's going to be flying out towards Connector and really lock Shocks out of his contributions. Let's see if they play on the other side of it. They do. And coming through the smoke is Faven. Looking for something, and oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. It's a disaster. Spiddy's gone as well. ZywOo finds himself 3 in the chaos. I love the game plan. It seems smart, right? You're going to be swinging ahead of that smoke as it blooms. They should be gray screen on the way out. Should being the operative word. It was a quickie to get the party started. We'll see that again. This was Apex's first shot, real clean as the smoke started to bloom, and then ZywOo, he could just play around the edge of it. It actually couldn't be a better temporary wall for an A-rush.
It's fantastic just to see the individuals of Vitality popping heads, right? They make it look so simple. And you can see ZywOo here just sticking with the USP, or the USP for those of you playing at home. Not upgrading into a rifle right now. Wanting to get that AWP up as soon as possible. But look who's getting a little bit naughty here. Masuta pushed up, flash over the top. LO.
Oh, God.
Why are you from East London? Hello.
Hello, Governor.
Hello.
I'm really on the verge of laughing.
That's the perfect one. When she does the wheeze, you know,
Yeah, we've actually got her.
Yeah, we've actually tickled her.
It started because chat was just going, Sarah took the kids.
You haven't still...
Sarah took the kids. Oh, I guess she hasn't. She hasn't seen all the maymays around Sarah. We've lost her. You got her, Twitch chat. You got her.
Wow. Congratulations, guys. You did it.
She's actually losing it.
Cackling. This is what I'm saying. When she's having fun, she cackles like a witch.
Oh, no, but she's not a witch. She's not a witch. She's lovely.
Thanks, Alex. You're really kind about that. So beautifully put.
No, but it's endearing. It's lovely.
Thanks. Yeah, it really feels like that.
You've got a contagious laugh, you hexer.
Now, there might be something fun in this round if they keep getting aggressive. I want to point out that Diha has the Zeus, so keep yourself ready, Alex.
Yeah, okay, I'm ready.
I know we're playing a bit of silly business right now, but
What did you expect me to be casting this round, Chad?
No. If Diha with the Zeus gets a kill, we can go.
Oh, I'm prepared. Okay.
He's not going to.
No, wait. He just has to...
So the AWP will come out on the back of Zywoo. Just had the USP there. Now has 6,250 smackaroos. The price is right. We'll be able to buy the AWP and utility. Let's see if he wants to pick it up early. Now, what I was talking about in the post when we did a little bit of Vertigo, the fact is that Masuta is the rock over towards A, RPK is the rock over towards B, and the other three members, Apex, Shox, and Zywoo, it feels like they go wherever they like. So there is a method to the madness, I promise you. But this is a quick A play. They're straight on in here.
Oh, I'm favored. Straight ahead of the smoke. Extinguish. Spots one dark. Is he really committing to this? He's swinging with his teammates. Masuta draws the fire, though. It should be 2 for Apex. It is. It's Shox and RPK arriving in quick succession. They could fall in the very same. Nice work from Spitty. We're still playing. Maybe a problem if Shox taps away at the head, but Diha straight through the smoke takes the Lion out of the jungle.
I can't deal with it today. And Shox can't deal with the clutch either. It's going to be closed out in the end, and Sprout kind of, I don't know, the pace in which they're throwing themselves in there, it felt kind of like they had to make it stick, but you can't repeat that.
No, I really like that call. I really like that call. This was, look, it is a play that you've been able to do for many a year, right? I called it back in my day when I called it just pouncing on the site. So what you would do is you'd have your best spawns entry fragging straight up the ramp with the flashes coming on over as they're going into the site, making sure to extinguish the Molotov, and then the smokes are landing as they're already dealing with the CT, so the rotation is locked on out. Now, it will be a force by coming on back here from Vitality. They're still able to get a bunch of M4s out. A Famis for RPK and Zywoo with the Deagle, so the baby AWP.
Yeah, and I kind of favor the M4 setups here. Like, this is going to be a tough one for Sprout. They need to be able to break through this wall. So hold your breath. This is a crucial one. For Sprout to really get their teeth into a T-side start on their map pick against an opposition that favors them individually, I want to see a slew here. I want to see them overcome the M4s, convert to 3-2, then we can start talking about the next steps.
Got to see something. I think that's the thing. Vertigo fell pretty flat for them, for Sprout, obviously. And we just need to see that reason to believe, and we might just get it here. Let's see what they've got. The mid piece going to come through, tucked in towards connector. Apex feels it out, finds Snatchy. That's the freebie.
What the hell?
How did that happen?
I can't believe RPK was caught off to the point he had his knives out. Must have been a gap in the comms. You can understand why. I mean, Shox was given that responsibility. Now Apex has caught another.
Twice through smoke. He doesn't need to see them, apparently. All right, Apex. And now just Diha and Dennis left alive.
Ooh. Damn, great shots through that smoke. So Diha saved them. Diha was responsible for the first, and now it seems that the double Ds are starting to look very appealing. Not for the first time. Maybe not anymore. Right? Just Diha. If he could tap away at just one of them, they don't know where he is. This is the issue. And so if he catches them on the cross, the transfer wasn't there initially. Down to 43, X-ray off. You're as blind as he is, and Shox, he was ready for the swing. Between the two of them, it was the golden oldies. There it is. 3 frags for one, 2 for the other. Apex and Shox bringing home the third.
Now, I will take some accountability for any X-rays being turned off in clutch moments, because I like to see it that way, because I think...
You'll take accountability?
Yeah.
Did you put the request in?
I did talk to Rush, but I didn't request it. I said I love clutches when you can see it from their perspective, because sometimes it's so easy to imagine that information is readily available, and they're working with nothing but intuition.
Precisely, and we've even been talking about earlier in the year, Lauren, the fact that when we were in arenas, that we would want to turn X-ray off a little bit more so that the viewer can actually truly appreciate what the players are hearing, seeing, and experiencing. Because with the X-ray on, I've had many, I guess, casual ask me, why don't they just shoot them? They can see them through the walls.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's had to answer that question to as they introduce a new person to the game.
Very true.
Zywoo with 1 HP doesn't seem too fussed. He'll just grab a kill in the back of Snatchy. There was a lovely gap.
I look back, he went and looked. For 1 HP.
Cursory glance, Lauren.
Yeah. Full util, of course. Now pause that out. Gonna go through it, just kind of dump that before it gets taken away and has no further use. So might as well, even if it's earlier than he maybe would have liked. D-side left with, what do they have? 3 Deagles. I guess that's a little something. Maybe a little danger could be stirred if we see some pretty shots come through. This guy was obviously the easier, softer target, but he does have support. And last round, around this area, Apex didn't even... Oh, Christ, how does he get more?
Yeah, just another kill for Zywoo on 1 HP. So $1,200 farmed. Certainly good for Europa to be finding the SMG frags, and it likely will become a priority of him to find another here, and Apex isn't interested in letting that happen. Faven, quick shot in return. He can take that head off of Shox or Apex. We were onto something. So that's the 4-1 start. It was just the Deagles, as Lauren outlined, so it will be time for the rifles. It will be time for the battle.
Alex, you remember when I say that teams, especially underdog squads, need to buy the respect or earn the respect? When Vitality are playing like this and they're already quite the aggressive side, they already play a very influx version of the game, you need to batter them down so that they do start respecting, because you're seeing the aim on these individuals here. Just 1 or 2 bullets with the AK-47, your head's off, away you go. And that confidence, we're going up against Sprout, that is in the mind of Vitality. This is a team that are not in the same realms. They're not even in the same universe as Vitality are on a competitive scale. Vitality are used to versing the best teams in the world, week in, week out. For Sprout, they've been in the realms of Tier 2, and RPK not going to find the frag with the flash.
Precisely. You know, to draw a comparison, Vitality in this stage are Ferrari and Sprout are Renault. Nice shots. Not quite going to find another one. He is. He holds it for the third as well. This is a full buy. It looks like he just had an eco bash. Instead, he's just squandered an entire round right at the start of it. New addition to Vitality. And he's got 3 scalps affixed to his belt. He has found them, the 5th. Just like that.
He looks in fine form today. I think Vertigo was a really nice introduction to him as a player, and now really looking good. And look at this map control. They tried to push up RPK earlier. Yes, a fully blamed player did manage to kill him, but Shox reaggressed anyway. They're just going to close the net. Now they know where the bomb is on the T side. The CT side has it. They're comfy. Snatchy gets first contact through connector. You're going to have D-Hut trying to work up off this. They're going to have to dismantle a pretty well-held crossfire. Isolating Apex is a really good start, but apparently D-Hut did expect Shox, but he still delivers, and the trades are effective, and the players are a number for Vitality.
Shox went full old man eyes there for a second. That's something that I would almost get away with. He didn't see the player in sight. He was just so affixed to the individual on stairs. That actually could have fallen off right quickly.
But then his aim, as you discussed,
held him out.
About 3 bullets, bailed him out of that situation.
Exactly. So, this here by Masuta, this is fantastic. To stand like this and find 3 frags.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen. That's not something you see every day of the week. So closing that one out, we're already up to a 5-1 lead here from Vitality. They're running away from this. They want to get production home nice and quick here today. We can hear the cheers from here. Pistols will be upgraded in, a little bit of utility. Kevlar on Faven, head armor for Dennis. Looks like they're sending 4 players over towards the B apartment. Spitty trying to draw the rotation in middle. Now that he's dead, they will hit the site towards B. So going down without anything is Spitty. Potentially going before his teammates were ready.
I want to watch RPK. If they continue with this B hit, I like watching this guy play because he's normally a very solid player. He may not get all the frags, but I want to see how he approaches it. And for now, he does have the support on short. That will be Shox. Flashed up, turns it. They've left a few out on the site now, but he's going to find Dennis. You do have the support right in the right place of Shox. And it's just mowed down. All the util, whatever they had, it does not matter. RPK didn't have to go to the molly, the flash, or the smoke. He was happy to weather the storm, and he does so. Same with everyone else. Comfort for Vitality so far. And even saying comfort, they're not playing lazy CS. They're being proactive. They're pushing extremities. They're playing up mid. They're very hyper-aggressive, but from what I've noted, you guys are definitely saying it, I'm seeing it, their aggression almost is their normal. It feels like that's very attached to their style.
Unless you can tell them that it's not going to work, I don't think they're going to plan to change the game plan. You have to prove it to them. You have to prove that there has to be more respect in their decision-making, because for now, they've already softened up 2 of the hardest hitters in Spitty and Snatchy. A run boost to get him across the AWP line. He did catch a glimpse of Apex. I don't think that the same could be said vice versa.
Just take a note of the CT setup on your radar, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, RPK locking down B, Masuda locking down A, and the rest are in flux. This is an unorthodox setup. 2 players in connector and 1 towards window. Nobody with vent room or short presence whatsoever.
Like, there is a clear avenue, Chad, and with all of our X-ray and minimap, we can certainly see that RPK would be screwed if the 3 of them gathered and got past the ZywOo and Shox short spray, but for now, relocating. ZywOo low. Dennis, he'll find it out this time. Nice catch. Now, an advantage for Sprout. They're going to have to advance on this. Going to have to do more than just the first. Masuta, if he goes and flushes this out, oh my God. He's gone for the fight and he's found it with precision. Disappears back off. The prong from Palace does fall.
Spitty well, I don't know what the end goal was to this, but now short's open. Snatchy spotted. That's the bomb on Snatchy as well, so they know what's going on here. The CTs can adjust. Bear in mind, ZywOo is super low. He caught some nades here, so he's not going to be the most proactive, even though you saw him dipping back in on low HP. Snatchy controlling Connector, leaving it down to Apex and ZywOo to try and muster something up. Oh, dangerous peaks they're taking here, but Snatchy is keeping in this.
Very difficult for ZywOo to win this on 7 points of health here, and now that Dennis is on the flank, there should be absolutely no chance. There's no way he's aware of this.
What did you say, Chad? Oh, the timing. Wait.
Hello.
Dun.
This is huge. They're going to stop looking towards CT spawn. If he creeps up behind them here, he can let this go. He does not have to fight Dennis.
Oh my god.
Why is he so smart?
The other two aren't looking towards this whatsoever.
Got a kit.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Go.
It'll have to be frags now, and Dennis will catch him, but you're bang on, Chad. There was a window, and a window that didn't even exist. ZywOo got the bloody... What was... Oh, I couldn't tell you what it's called. What are those, you know, in the cartoons, and they're robbers, and then they draw on the glass, and then they pop out a little circle?
I don't know what they're called.
A glass cutter.
Glass cutters.
Yeah.
But that was what I was envisioning. There wasn't a window, and then ZywOo kind of made one.
Yeah.
And was climbing through it at that point in my half-finished metaphor that I've shared with the world.
Well, we're learning how your brain works.
Yeah,
as
I
a
guess.
collective here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was anything that could have come to mind to fit that, but I like where you were going with it. It was very cops and robbers.
Yeah, kind of, you know, the Rick and Morty assembling a squad episode.
Yep.
Now, into the 9th round, away from the cartoon realms. What a tight line from that. He's going to blow a thigh off D-Hair if he has a swing.
Oh, it's like Alex on a pistol round.
Snatchy will swing wide, so they're actually going to boost it? That would be phenomenal. I wonder if he gets the line. And that's not enough. It's a tag into D-Hair's elbow. Right on the funny bone, and he ain't laughing.
Bomb. There we go. Got the bomb. But Masuta is walking up here. Snatchy, not quick enough. Masuta lives. The bomb's on the run, though, and that's going to come down to ZywOo. We haven't seen him with an AWP too much, but maybe this is a really good debut for me to see that. Bomb now hits the brakes. It looked like he was heading right towards B, and suddenly they're considering, well, where do we go now?
I feel like they have to go B towards ZywOo at this point. Easy if you like. The dink comes in. I don't think that'll even draw the rotation. The bomb will be in limbo. You can see D-Hard doesn't know where he wants to go right now. That's an interesting smoke right there from Faven.
Covers off jungle. I'm down to Clown. Yo, okay.
Nice.
That's bomb down.
Oh, ZywOo's so good.
But the bomb's down, and now all he can do is save. So it was very, very curious right there, the approach. Sprout keep trying to split up and go for fakes. In the earlier gun rounds, they tried to have 2 players sell it. Masuta lock them out coming out of Palace. And I want to give a big tick next, or a gold star. Masuta can have a gold star. Just how proactive he has been on this CT side towards A ramp and Palace. He's actually really stifling this Sprout attack. Now, with the scoreline at 7-2, I'm not worried about Sprout just yet, but if they can't post more than 4 rounds on this T side, then we have some real issues that we need to start looking for. ZywOo just single-handedly dealing with the B attack. It's just like, all right, we'll leave you here.
Like, look, let's look at what the French have done to Masuta. This was the rookie cowering in the A site when I first tuned in. Doggy. Oh, he's got the heterochromia of the eyes.
The eye thing.
Yeah.
It was this big
mouthful. But as I was saying about Masuta, he pushed ramp and took that space. He's been fighting Palace, as you outlined, Chad. He's found a real backbone and trust in his play. Very, very cool to see it transpire. Now his responsibility becomes that of Connector. He heard Dennis. He made no secret of that. Pulls the pin. Throws one of his own right into the toes. 54 left for Dennis. Even less as he emerges onto the staircase. And as that smoke fades, he's got a death sentence signed. Masuta, the one with the wet ink.
Well, there's 2 in there. This could be big. Never mind.
Double kill for Masuta. A 3rd, not quite. Spitty dinked. But their chances of this round are really dwindling. D-Hurt, we knew where you were. So did Sharks. He's contained him for now. Spitty's being hunted, and a spectacular shot, but quickly traded. They just group up. They just start charging towards what little remains of Sprout, and it's very intimidating to watch unfold.
I'm a bit worried this is going to feel like Vertigo, if I'm honest. I think if we were hoping to see something from Sprout, this would be the indicator, right? We'd have seen it in the T side a little. We would have seen a couple more of these rounds. At the moment, they feel very outclassed.
Yeah, and I tried not to be too bleak in our pre-game setting all this up, but realistically, Sprout making it this far, like I said, they've overperformed to get to this point, right? They've surprised everybody, and they did it in fantastic fashion. They had to play good Counter-Strike. You can only play the teams that are in front of you. And Big was the domestic rival that they did take down. And then OG was the team that they had to send off to make sure that they were able to progress to this point. Keep in mind, Sprout are the high seed because they made it through the bracket quicker than Vitality. Vitality had to go through the lower bracket. Now, no one's saying that Sprout here were going to come in and win the entire event. As you can see that we had NK in the pre-game interview saying that potentially Big and OG underestimated them and didn't do their preparation. Well, it seems like Vitality have done their prep and their individuals are on point, so everything is going their way right now. Down to just pistols again, a scout here to play with. But I just want to continue to sing the praises of Vitality because what could happen here if NIP and Astralis goes in the favor of Astralis, we set ourselves up for the same semi-final that we had last year in ESL1 Cologne, which was Vitality taking on Astralis, where Vitality got the better of them. We all wanted to have Astralis versus Liquid in the grand final, but it wasn't to be. Vitality played spoiler, and then we had Liquid versus Vitality in that final. It was a 3-1 best-of-5 series.
Nearly got all 5. Close to the most best-of-5 finals.
What a final, it's actually close.
Doesn't happen in Counter-Strike often anymore.
No, it's normally the irony being the semi-finals are normally the better games.
Yes.
The grand final.
And that was the case when we were last casting together about 5 years ago, Lauren, so it hasn't changed.
Well, they've been given mid.
That's lovely, that is.
Speedy.
Sharks his scout a little louder, but he only gets one, and that's going to put the AWP into T hands. Now, the plant will become a crucial component, and that's now down. Spitty playing from short on a scout. Things are starting to sound realistic. Smokes and kits, though, plenty for Vitality. They will have a chance to really close that gap and really nullify Spitty, if not frag him with... Oh, Zywo's just recovered his signature weapon. Bringing both the rifle and the AWP up to the plate. Faven, as soon as he fires a shot, he will be smoked off. It's down to Snatchy first. He'll be the first contact here. That's the smoke now. This gets awkward. Faven missing his options now. He needs to find a one quickly, swinging his RPK, and now, yeah, I'm afraid.
Tag.
Tags him. Oh, he misses him by an inch.
Body blocking.
Another chance. They're body blocking. He hits him. There's no time, and Spitty's done it. Just like that. That was wild. Sprout will find their third off the back of Spitty. It was all about him. The plant... The frag, the holding of his nerve, he kept his crosshair in the right position. They were throwing their body, trying to protect the president. He starts the round off with a bang, and he finishes it as well. Let's see that again. Zywu had done enough, you thought. Avoiding the shots, kept it consistent, and just like that, blows the shoes off of Zywu.
That one's disappointing, but you can brush that one off, right? If your Vitality there, that's not going to eat you away too much. Their money, however, that is where we start to look at some problems. So you can see them dropping guns across. Apex will be gifted one of those M4A4s, Masuta on the MP9. And this is where it could start to spiral for Vitality. So if Sprout are able to post this round on the board, we start to see them finding themselves in a competitive T-half. With the scoreline at 8-3 and each round being so far apart from one another, it's a difficult task. You've got Apex on 120 ATR, Masuta on 102, Shox on 98, Zywu on 96, and RPK over towards that B bomb site with 51 to his name. But that kind of tells the picture here that the Vitality individuals, they are really going hammer and tong right now. Shox will actually have the primary AWP into this round right here, and he's taken it towards B. We'll get boosted up by RPK. That means he doesn't have to jump over the van. There's actually an inquisitive push over towards Palace at A at the same time. So if they want to go further than this, they will see it's clear. And that might cheat the rotation over towards the B bomb site. Because using the radar, we can see that there are 2 members in the B halls. 3 towards top middle. With Snatchy pushed very far forward with that AWP. You can see what I mean about how in flux they stay. Okay, so now Masuta's pushed forward. They have Palace control. They're leaving Zywu on the site with the M4 to deal with Ramp and Day. And now Apex is rotating over.
Oh, the patience, trigger discipline, redundant. When Faven, Dennis, all filling the feed. RPK's timing's only got him 1. And so we will see the B hit favorable for Sprout. And you said it wasn't alarm bells yet. This is the most convincing round we've seen from Sprout so far on their T side of their map pick for survival at ESL1 Cologne. We'll put the 4th on the board, Chad.
Yeah, this is what we needed. We needed them to start stringing rounds together to see if they can be competitive at all in this series. Now, this is good signs because at the moment, the money for Vitality, it's, as we say, and as Lauren had to experience recently, a bit of bin juice. It's soggy, smelly. You don't even know what type of foods have come together to make that little concoction.
I was really upset. I'd left it there overnight, which is my bad. I should have taken it out the day before, but I was like, I'll do it in the morning.
Oh, you fool.
Bin juice on the
Bin
floor.
juice. And what are those nasty Australian birds that love bin juice?
Nasty
the
Australian
name?
birds that like bin juice.
Yeah, that's one for you to think about.
Crows tend to be in the bins.
No, they're
quite a
like
lot.
weird looking. We don't have them outside of your neck of the woods.
Weird looking.
Yeah, they're like long. They got like black faces, long necks maybe a little bit. They've got a weird name.
Magpies?
No, dude, we have all of those.
We've
It's an
got 'em.
exotic bird in my mind.
Well,
you probably call it like a pegu or something.
well, we have got kookaburras, but that's not what you're talking about.
I believe it's ibis.
Dankeschön, Rushley. That's
MC
green.
helped me
But
with
they're more around the water though, aren't they, MC? He's going to have to
I was
relay
thinking
through
of the
Rush.
hotel.
I'm just, if I
MC,
type
they
in
know those-
ibis bin juice.
that. In the city,
Bin
apparently.
juice.
Oh, that's over. See, in Perth, we don't have any of that nonsense. We got the black swans.
Yeah, someone wrote a song called the Ibis Song, actually.
Aren't they in Florida? I think I've seen them.
And the first picture, Chad, of an
Is
ibis
in a bin.
is putting his nose in a bin.
Okay, maybe that's a Melbourne and Sydney thing.
I'm onto something.
Chad's always like this, like, oh, it's not my Australia. Not this. No.
Hi, Australia.
And Dog Swamp, we ain't got none of them.
You keep saying dog swamp. I worked there at a Woolworths for a couple years as a produce manager. I spent the majority of my life
Perth, Chad. That's so boring
in
and
a
vague.
lovely suburb called Woodvale,
Now, that does sound more realistic. A Woodvale.
next to Greenwood.
That sounds like where murder mysteries go down.
Yeah. Well, you know F1 now. It's just around the corner from Daniel Ricciardo. I think he was across the road in Greenwood or Edgewater. Yeah, we're pretty close to each other, old Daniel. Don't know him at all.
Hey, I mean,
Never
you're
met him.
both kind of doing the same thing, the whole
Yeah.
Australian charm.
Oh, one of us is doing it better than the other. I'm going to say he's got me covered.
Yeah. On the way. And you don't outwardly say I'm funny and good looking as much as him either.
Oh, okay. Maybe I need to do that more.
Yeah.
So the saved rifle will be on Masuta, going for another little fact-finding mission towards A. This seems to be the realm that he is the most comfortable. But meanwhile, the attack over towards the B bomb site is coming on in. It's just Apex with the Silence USP.
What's
He
he
might be able to
supposed
get
to do?
one.
What on earth is he supposed to do with this? Nothing. Snatchy, just as his boots hit the ground, he's capable of pulling out that zoom banger, and they do look to be retreating, scarpering, relocating. Has he got the moves? Oh, the tank moves like a tank, but certainly does have the destructive capacity. Just trying to contain their way out here will be Faven, who shouldn't have any issues with Shoxy unless we got some mad double dink story. Jumps. Fair play, no armor. Wants to remain a mobile target. But there it is. You said they have to make a strong case. Well, now we're starting to see the case being made. It is going to be up against just the pistols, so obviously not too much hard work or heavy lifting required, but it translates into a round, and every round is worth the same.
This needs to heat up a little bit. I feel like we're simmering right now, like we were on Vertigo. It's just ticking along, and it feels like the most logical conclusion is eventually Vitality win.
We just, as I said, we're waiting on that spark from Sprout, and right now they're doing fine. 5 rounds. It doesn't look bad on the board, but then I think we kind of take stock of what we were seeing. We kind of wanted to see Sprout somewhat humble, Vitality slow down the play style, don't allow that aggression, keep the economy a little lower, which I guess they're going through the motions of, but it's still a leading scoreline on their map choice, right? So it's a little rough to see it, and obviously after Vertigo being what it was, it's hard to get past that too. But there's nothing saying the Sprout can't close this out. If they close the last couple of rounds, game back on will come alive, you know? It just has to show there's no point being disingenuous about this. I think everyone knows there's an underdog in this, and we have to kind of keep it within that realm that they're the ones that have to set the bar here. They have to set the bar that we have to then go, all right, this is a game on our hands, rather than going, oh, maybe it'll happen next round. But 8-5, this is on the way. This is the sort of approach that you need to see. These rounds can't fade away from them. There has to be this real validity in play.
Yeah, it is time for the case to be made, and they've got 2 more rounds to do it. Certainly possible. Full weapon round. So strap yourselves in, folks. We should be in for a scorcher. Dennis lurking the apps. He has to stay alive, keep those players with their feet planted on B. Bomb top mid, not intention towards the site just yet. Nice draw of fire. It's Zywoo to be dealt with at B.
It's good information right there for Dennis to be able to get. So they have been hitting this B bomb site and doing splits on it regularly. The 3-round spree that are on right now, with the bombs going down. Dennis, you have to be careful, my friend. ZywOo, he just needs the tip of that head, and he will go for the fight. So a nade to push him back, Molotov to hold him at bay. But Sprout have done a good job in the last few. That will guarantee the buy in the last round of the half, regardless of what happens here. Whereas on the other side of things, Vitality, if they lose this, they go into the last round with only a $2,900 loss bonus. That's a force buy. That's MP9s. That's Deagles. That's not a gun round. Looks like it'll be an A split, 35 seconds.
Snatch is so convinced this fight's coming short. He'd be right to think so, and now he can draw the trigger. Another frag. D here onto one. RPK could do multiple here. Dennis in trouble, in jeopardy. Spitty's down half. He's the one with the bomb. He's got to get across. And it's right down the tank's line of sight. Diha falling, losing his teammates. RPK does catch him eventually, and just Faven desperately with just 10 seconds. He can't even retrieve the bomb in time. Trying to jump across. Respect the effort to jump the line of sight. But that's 9 for Vitality and set now for that last round. You did mention it, Chad. There was a lot on the line there. Could have been the difference between a 10-5 and an 8-7 half.
Yeah, and saving 3 guns there, especially the AWP, is huge. The fact that RPK gets an AWP kill. Remember the other day, Alex, we were talking about Rain not having too many AWP frags? Well, I don't remember seeing RPK get too many. And in his entire career, playing CSGO, RPK only has 55 AWP kills. So that one right there, we can make it 56. And if I look at how many AWP kills he's had in 2020, it's been 3.
Woo!
Oh, he's 4th.
His 4th AWP kill. He's nearly got an ace across the year with the AWP. Mathematically, statistically, nothing else. It is going to be Masuta smoking out the Molotov himself. It is an invitation for a nade, and it seems that one has landed square on his jaw into Diha. Now, Shocks forced to solo hold A, and had he missed it, we could have seen the acceleration into the site. Jungle, there's a gap. Look at ZywOo. I don't think he's ready for this. And Dennis can blow his head off. This is their best shot. Looking to finish strong. 3v3. And Shocks is hitting more shots with the AWP. Nice wall bangs from Dennis. He's keeping him in it.
They've got to dig in deep here. This is the one they need. Spitty and Dennis, the classics. The two that you'll know, the German fans, if they were in a stadium, would be definitely watching with bated breath here. But for now, the pace slows as Dennis tries to find an option, looks for a way forward, spots Apex, gets him down. Game back on, but RPK's found a target in Speedy. He takes the fight on Dennis. Oh, there's no one better for it.
Fantastic. It's 10-5 at the half, folks. Vitality 6 rounds away from a semi-final spot. Don't go too far, and we'll see if Sprout can take us to 3. Back in business, Vitality looking like it is just another day in the office. Looking to get their playoffs run started with a bang and with a 2-0. Casting our eyes over today's Counter-Strike, we witnessed quite a vault error, for lack of a better word, from Chatty B. Complexity and Heroic, what a game. What a series, and seeing Heroic best Complexity in a 2-0 fashion. It does seem to be the name of the game today in the playoffs, our quarterfinals. I say it's not just myself here talking, that would get boring quickly. It's Lauren Pansy Scott and Chad Sponge Birchall.
It's time for Faven to step on up. In the 25 maps that Sprout have played with this roster on Mirage, he is clearly the highest rated player. He has 104 as his KD differential. The next closest is Dihar with only plus 37. And right now, if you have a look at the scoreboard, Faven is down the bottom. 6 kills to his name. Struggling in this one, 55 points of ADR. But if there's any side to do it on, it's the CT side. So let's see what the youngsters got.
So my worry begins for Sprout in the last 3 months. Within the top 20, they've not played a single game against that sort of level opponent. So this could be a different T-side to handle, especially against the likes of Vitality. But we'll find out now if they're up to the task. How bad do they want it? Can they take us to the next map or no? Dennis puts down a preemptive smoke. Nicely played. Masuta on the receiving end. And Faven and Speedy in lovely combination.
Yeah, and that's the bomb. Apex could not really have any less options available to him. My goodness. RPK were trying to sneak behind enemy lines, and yeah, this one's going to fall flat on its face. Shox with no armor and no teammates. It's just a matter of time. Snatchy is kind to us and ends it quickly. So that's a 10-6. Nice work from Sprout. They needed that to get out of the gates with pace and with weapons. Let's not forget they'll equip themselves nicely, and quite the opposite for Vitality in that 2K region. No bomb plant, no cash, no reason to invest. Let's see if we can see how that started off. So that was just a lurk on A, and then that was just Apex's last ditch attempt before. It was a nice little angle adapted by Snatchy. The AWPer tends to know his angs.
So Apex has invested here into a P2 Fiddy. The rest of them will just be on those Glocks. They get a dink, they get a kill. That's looking quite nice. More damage done. Faven falls. This is actually pretty tasty. Apex won't be able to plant the bomb there, but...
Quite naughty.
Yeah, getting anything done with Glocks at that range. The fact that they took the pack mentality, tried to draw the rotation. Basic CS, but almost stuck the landing right there. And Faven, there he goes. 3 kills already in this second half. 1 on the pistol, 2 of them here. I said he needs to come alive. It is very important for him. Now, the AK-47s are coming out. Shox has opted for a MAC-10, and this tells me one thing. It might be a rush in play. He has a good spawn heading towards those B apartments. So if they go quick onto the B bomb site, there's actually a 4-man A-lean from Sprout here. This could be perfect.
Snatchy, I hope you're ready for this. This is going to be do or die for him. He has to make this stick. Apex putting down Util in mid, keeps Snatchy's attention drawn towards short. Looks back, sees 2, in danger, down he goes. It's game on. Vitality flood the site and they're way ahead. Even Shock's probably kind of confused. Wait, it's only him? Wait, I've gone this far, no contact? So much run.
Oh, gosh, and I don't know whether or not Sprout really want to have even the conversation. I think you'd rather dig in. But, I mean, gambling so many onto A. Vitality A, happy to collect themselves their first round of this T side. Can't quite believe their luck, but Shox is looking to hunt. What was he up to? Diha does manage to adjust in time. That could have been the loss of a whole lot of his cash.
I think you're happy to trade the round for the stalemate here. Chasing these M4s, it might be a little bit too costly for Vitality. And while we all know, with the bomb going off, it's not going to be enough to get them a full buy in the following for their individuals. So hold on to the AKs, hold on to the rifles, make sure you don't give away much on either side. Both teams are happy with the outcome after that opening kill on the B bomb site. Vitality tick up now to 11 rounds. Sprout hold on to 4 rifles. Snatchy will be able to get dropped again in the following. Dennis can drop an M4, or Faven can do so the same. And this is all it took. 1 kill in the round. Well, sorry, make it 2. Diha there going to try and elevate himself up and over. Lucky with the timing, makes it work. And Shox has actually gone for the MAC-10 again. So I can see him looking towards the B side of the map. Masuta as well. Maybe they could just rinse and repeat this one right here.
They're doing a 4-man B stack, or...
Yeah, Shox is actually going towards A with this, so this is very curious.
Wow, this is a... Looks like we could have a good half of Counter-Strike ahead of us here. Spiddy's not going to be having too many issues with Masuta. Good handling. Is he ready for RPK, though? He wasn't. We'll take a weapon upgrade. And he took that fight with a bomb on his back. That tank knew he had his enemy in his sights.
Yeah, that one had me a little bit quizzical right there, just swinging and taking the fight. So RPK confident in his ability, has even things up to 4v4. After throwing some nades over towards A, Shox and Co have dipped back over towards B, and now he's leading the charge with that MAC-10 again. A little bit of utility, flashes and mollies, no smokes to work with, but no one at Van really looking to stop this. It's just Dennis. Oh, they missed the volley.
That's a problem. They're isolated. Look at it. Zywoo's ahead, RPK behind, Shox went down. It's a bit of a trouble.
Oh my gosh. That's Zywoo taking control of the round, and he's going to get some more as well, folks. What a kill. Zywoo's got it for you. No issues. Swift fist bumps in Vitality HQ. As just as it started to get a little awkward, missed nades, dead players, Zywoo shows up with a collat, sprays down the first two, and the others just weren't really ready. Let's see that again. So quick collection, B is open, and there's the rotate dead as well. Not a single adversary shooting back at Zywoo. Quick to the punch.
Quiet 20 again for Zywoo. This is the thing, right? I go on desk segments after, I'm like, yeah, Zywoo, you know, he had a pretty quiet game. RPK actually owned, and then you look at the stats, it's like Zywoo's at the top. He just owned everybody. But for Zywoo fashion, you're expecting him to drop 30, 40, 50, you know.
We hold it to a little bit of a different standard. Oh, Snatchy, 20 HP is not nice.
Twinkle toes over there. Oh, dear.
Am I on nuke again? Is this those weird and wonderful starts that make me confused and scared? Just kills through smokes, Molotovs almost murdered.
You can calm down a little bit for this one, thankfully. I don't think there's going to be just as much question marks above our heads after the gameplay. D-Hut with an armored Deagle. He's just going to be hoping to get something done, as Chanted often reminds us, even in defeat, taking weapons away. An achievement in itself when you're playing that macro game, playing for the long game. But you can see how Vitality are procedurally starting to clear.
I love the way they've got, who is it? Shox and Zywoo just posted up. He can't really leave. They've even got then Masuta watching underpass. There's an area he can be in, and that's it. Beautifully done. These guys are very aware. Very good map control. I don't think we need to sing the praises of Vitality sometimes because it feels such a given, but they're so good. Just on the subtle things, on the small things, as well as obviously popping off and having someone like Zywoo or RPK go mad.
Yeah, this one here for everybody at home, once again, the logical conclusion was Vitality taking this series. Any fight that Sprout could put up, anything that they could really offer us here to see why there was a lot of hype around their victory over OG. I think coming out of the break, there is always some wobbles from some of the bigger names. Vitality actually will be taking a pause here, so they don't want to let this one get away. They don't want to allow Sprout to get back into things, and Sprout, well, they want to get back into it with the double AWP. So we saw that over on Vertigo. It'll be Dihar and Snatchy wielding the two of those. There's only one Molotov in play at the moment, so we'll see if Dihar wants to buy into something else. A bit of typing between the teams here, so hopefully everything is okay as we get back underway. I think Dihar will probably go for Kevlar. Oh, he's gone for head armor and a flash. So one molly and 4 smokes, a few flashes. Not the most ideal for the CT-sided defense right here, but with the AWPs, they might want to play a little bit more heads up. The run boost, if they can pluck Apex out of the air. Oh, they're going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time here, I think. It's clear. That's a dream right now for Apex.
Oh, that's not bad, though. Nice little peek back out from Snatchy. Keeping the T's on their toes, give them just enough room to think they have that mid-control and snatching it away. We've only seen one of the two AWPs, not heard the other ring just yet, but Snatchy readjusts, repositions, and now he's got a new angle to look at.
Right, chance.
Lucky boy.
Squandered. Dihar Molly can't really continue to swing on this, and he is exposed.
Hello.
The long boy. He gone. Nice work from Snatchy to keep us competitive. And the numbers do favor Sprout for the retake. He's going to be playing it back from ramp. In fact, 2 of them aggressively holding. Shock Sandwich, Masuta above him. 2 different lines of sight. They need to get some frags. That's why the flash is there. And that's why the frags are not. Looks like Sprout have got themselves their 8th. And they can thank Snatchy for that. You said Faven has to wake up. Snatchy, a very capable fragger. He's been around the Polish fragging realms for many a year. Good to see him in an international squad. Good to see him picking it up when it matters. Sprout finding 8. And a quick check-in on what the grand scheme is. So we're actually 3-3 in the half. My brain can't do that math automatically. Maybe yours can.
So I think it's, look, Vitality pushing forward there and not allowing the retake to come in was smart. They weren't able to hit those heads-up duels. And I say that because Sprout had a bunch of smokes for the retake. Spitty also had a kit. They could have been isolated and life could have gotten a little bit more awkward. But you can see here, they're well aware the AWPs are out in play, and it looks like they will just be setting up for an A execute. If ZywOo can find an opening here on Diha, thinks better of it, and that's a good call. This A execute should be coming on in after that Molotov slowly starts to be whistled on down. A lot of pressure over towards middle. Molotov towards the mid box. They're trying to clear that out. Pushing for information now. The window for Vitality to attack is this very second.
The smoke towards one. Well, separate and segregate. Diha. Unforgivable miss. Is he alive? He is. Lives to fight another day. These double ops will have a chance to contest with the A hit, but there is no rush to this. There is no pace. Forced out by the French. They've got flashes. Apex is likely going to try and get them towards the jungle position. Oh, I don't know
my
if shots
God.
worked on that. And a missed shot again. God. Oh dear, these AWPs. They're supposed to be the difference maker and they're both gone. RPK sweeping into the side for Vitality's 14th.
Shox continuing pressure. Diha locked towards CT. Somehow the T's are keeping this one really, really close. I thought that was wrapped up. Bow on it and all, but no, the CTs have held this just enough for this retake to have a bit of leg to it. Now RPK is tagged up. 2 kills already to his name. Excuse me? I'm amazed that was allowed to happen. I'm not sure what this post-plant positioning was. I'm sure we can have a breakdown, but Apex in the 1v2. Smoke goes in. Kit in with Dennis and Faven. Both of them still standing, not on the bomb. Nice work from Apex. Dennis now. It's all on you, buddy, and Apex knows it. He knows he's not on the bomb. Nicely played by Apex, but that post-plant, I got nervous.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little bit of miscommunication there. There wasn't a lot that RPK was able to do. You were right, he was tagged, he couldn't really pick, and Masuta just caught watching the wrong way. Unawares if there was going to be an A-ramp flank coming into play, but that double from RPK, that was the big one, and he gets his third right there. So the tank connecting with Apex, the 2 old boys, getting him across the line for round number 14. And the coach, XCat's happy with that one right there. So the in-game leader getting it done. As the force buy from Sprout, the last-ditched attempt for them to stay in this series for their life in Cologne, will be snuffed. And even that's an opening.
Yeah, that's a dream. And unfortunately, it becomes a reality very quickly afterwards. Shox puts him in the grave. Diha and Snatchy have completely pushed out. They're in T-spawn right now. And in the meantime, Dennis has trying to do some magic of his own, playing around the smoke. ZywOo's checking the push. He'll actually clock Diha the side of the jaw with his Kalashnikov. We're into a 4 versus 3. Shox is perfect. The underhand. Dennis doing the dance. It's perfect. Costs him a great deal of health, but the numbers advantage really slipping away. Speedy does finish off onto Shoxy, but the bomb's going elsewhere.
Overachieving, Speedy. Didn't need the headshot, but he's going to go for it. And Snatchy considers I was not that low.
Okay.
Found
Clotheslines.
Goodbye. Yeah, Speedy in the 1v3 post-plant. If they had been lower, maybe. But no, they've held firm here, Vitality. And I think, again, this is a closer game. I don't want to take much away from Sprout. They are putting up a couple of fights here and there, but this will be 15 on the board, and suddenly we're in the kind of GG, it's done, move on category.
Well, we have Chaos taking on Liquid tonight as ZywOo, here's the scope, will drop. If Spitty can get away with the AK, that's something, but look, he's pinned on in. If he jumps out the window, Apex is ready.
Ta-da!
Thank you. Please come again.
Okay, can we, I just want to, because we're not doing the game later.
No, we're not.
That's the other group. I'm nervous that Jason's going to have a bit of a mental breakdown on this one.
Well, did you see yesterday his reactions, obviously, when they were winning, when they were losing? He doesn't have any hair to pull out, and that's not even a bold joke. That's just the fact of the matter.
Jason?
I love Jason.
He's got to get stressed in another way,
yeah.
is what Chad was trying to say.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, I'm sure there is a whole lot more stress in his life. I'm living the caster life. I know that there's a very small degree of stress.
Yeah, you have to decide what to wear every day.
Pretty much.
And that's difficult.
I mess that up half the time, yeah.
Bloody hell. All right, Snatchy, Diha. You got to do it, boys. It's been a miracle run for Sprout. It's been wonderful seeing them get this far, but they needed to show up here on this map. This was their realm. This was the case for them to really hold their own and make it even further. Excellent performance, but it might end just now, and Vitality might be at the helm of it.
Nice shots from ZywOo so far, but just feels like a formality at this point. Slowly spreading and fragging their way into the semi-finals. Vitality 2 frags away. It does look like the French have done it. Sensational results from them so far here at ESL One Cologne 2020 online. They knocked out their domestic rivals in Heretics. They took down FaZe, and there's another into the quarterfinals, now into the semis. Vitality take down Sprout.
As you stand upon the edge, watching all burn into flames, only regret the chances that you didn't dare to take. You gotta take the throne. Time is running fast. Take the throne. Pick up your arms, stand up and fight. Take the throne. Leave the doubt behind. Take the throne. Rise from the dust. Prove them that you're alive. Don't let the fear to take all your dreams and all your tears. Don't let them to break it. They don't know about your scars. You've never chosen the wrong path. The craving hope that lights your eyes. All those decisions brought us where we are today. You gotta take the throne. Time is running fast. Take the throne. Pick up your arms, stand up and fight. Take the throne. Leave the doubt behind. Take the throne. Rise from the dust. Prove them that you're the one. Eyes are on you, and yours are on mine. We're feeling just fine. Just let it go. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Everybody's on that, gonna do it like this. Yeah, we never up. I got the bodies on tap, take it body on it, get it cloudy on it. Got me on the right track, yeah, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this.
Vitality find their groove and continue to move. It's into the semis now, and we have got those playoffs starting to get stacked on up. Heroic locking themselves in for the semi-finals earlier today. Now Vitality in the other side of the bracket. Vitality will meet the winner of, and wait for this, Astralis and NIP. That's quite a quarter-final to be starting our day off tomorrow.
Yes.
Not today, so don't get too excited.
I get to cast Astralis.
No, you don't.
No.
That'll be Harry and Hugo.
Sorry.
That was cool.
Yeah,
a rebound shot. Let me see if I can get it back to you.
We have
Oh, jeez.
Children.
Yes.
We have OG versus G2. So we have more Frenchmen in the server. We got MBK. We got Kenny S.
I do like MBK.
So we have all of that. Still going to be a good game.
Also, stop, Alex. You're not doing a death segment about G2. Let's talk about the game that just happened. Okay, so we have got Shocks grabbing 5 minutes on the mic. Hopefully we can learn a little bit more about what's been going on there.
Change de t-shirt que je mette
mais oui. Excusez-moi, Shocks, excusez-moi.
Hello.
Hello. Bonjour. Salut. Hello. Can I just borrow you for a moment? I wanted to ask you just a little bit about the team, because I don't really care about the game. You guys were supposed to win it, and you did. Congratulations. That was good. And it's expected of you with the players you have in your roster. So help me understand how you guys have been continuing to climb. You guys have made, a hard decision. No in-game leader, putting someone that hasn't done it before in Apex to lead you guys with, of course, all of that support behind it. How are you developing? Do you feel that progress is happening naturally from Apex, or is it the support around him as well?
Two things. First, yes, Apex is definitely evolving and improving every day. Like at the end of the season, before the holidays, you could see that he was really on point, in my opinion, on it. And from now, we are trying to capitalize on it, and also to add more responsibilities to all players in the team, that everyone basically can call, can do a mid-call round or whatever. But just because taking everything on one or two person is definitely sometimes too much on the shoulders, So we are trying to improve in that way, that everyone can basically just call if needed.
Okay, I have a couple of question shocks about some individuals in your team here. Now, Masuta, when he came in, the young boy, it was a bit shaky for him in the beginning. Is anyone working with him as a bit of a mentor? Because he was looking great today, especially on Vertigo, was hitting some big shots.
At the moment, there is some talk with a mental coach, but Kevin didn't start yet with him. But I just think that he's feeling more comfortable. He's like 17. He's young. He's a shy guy. So it's all come down to his. You can have at this young age, you can have sometimes this pressure that you just don't want to to be ashamed because you are doing some mistakes against your teammate or whatever, and sometimes that's what come to him. So we are trying to our maximum to give him confidence and that he's just a part of the team. And more the days and the months come, more he's feeling comfortable. So of course you can see it in this game, in his game, theoretically.
And I mean, it must be so long ago for you, Shocks, but are you able to see and be aware of the problems he has to deal with when you go from being, a nobody to the tier 1 Counter-Strike? The way that the game that he's been playing his whole life changes. Can you remember that transition? It's so long ago for you, and now you're seeing him go through these new changes, that the way the game is played in tier 1 Counter-Strike, very different to what he was used to.
Yeah, definitely. I've been from this also, even if in the past years it was not the same hype as it can be today. But I definitely know this feeling, and that's why I'm trying to how can I say that? Basically, I'm trying to be with him. How
mentor, support.
I would like. Yeah, just how I would like a person when I was at this age to be with me. What I can bring to him as can be confidence, can be just being nice. Some also on the life itself. I think it's really important with our age today to give a good model for the young one and for their future.
Okay, so speaking of age, you've actually driven me correctly to where I want to be, mate. I want to ask about the opposite end of the spectrum. You got Masuda, 17. You've got RPK, 31 years of age, dropping bombs against FaZe yesterday. How long can he go for? How long are we going to see the tank trucking on out?
I think we don't have this idea yet, but basically I think my opinion with CS and the age is till you got the passion, till you got the energy to work and you want to go the better as you can, and that your wrist is just good. You can go, I think, really far, I guess.
Yeah, Shocks, a fantastic quote that sounds exactly like that is that we don't grow old because we stop playing. We stop playing because we grow old. It's the other way around, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, when you go old, you have more responsibilities. For example, if you want to get a family, you can have a child or whatever. And I think it come when we are talking about the age, it's basically because I think what you want in your life sometimes just change, and it's not CS at the top, you know. But since you can have CS at the top, basically, I think you can go pretty far.
Well, I love it. And of course, it's the French that proves that it's about passion and poetry. Thank you, Shocks. I appreciate you. Merci beaucoup. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too. Goodbye.
See ya, man. See ya. That's fantastic. Oh, well, I tell you what, we've learned an awful lot. It is obviously a little bit of a pat on the back to us, what we were talking about.
When did players get so good with interviews, by the way?
Isn't it crazy?
Like, I remember, like, the two-word answers. Yeah, it was a good game. Oh, yeah, he's a young player. He'll get better.
Well, Ents got bad, so that's nice.
No, it's great hearing this. Like, he really encapsulates a lot of what I guess you guys say a lot yourself and what we theorize, but brilliant interview from Shocks.
I mean, you've got 31 and 17, Chad. I mean, you highlighted it yourself. By the way, guys, you know what to do by now. Just click on the faces you think is MVP, and we'll be checking it. Do you think so? I think so.
Unless they like the memes, and if you like the memes, which I know you guys on the internet do, you vote for Dennis, because there's always some good memes around Dennis.
Yes, absolutely. And someone linked me the game. He did drop over 33. I wasn't making it up. Thank you. But either way, that's Vitality through, Heroic through, and I had a point other than the match MVP that's been taken from me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Due to my ADHD brain.
I derailed you.
Oh, I'll get over it. I'm sure everyone at home will too.
I want to see these results.
Oh, you're really here? You want to see what the people at home? You want to see the people at Twitch chat 11?
Could you just do me one favor at some point? Obviously not during ES1 Cologne, just add Sarah as just like a mystery player.
Yeah.
Mystery player of Sarah.
Just
you
like,
really enjoyed that, didn't you?
I loved
it. Do it again? Do you think they'd let us play it again?
I'm not sure what the rules are. Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm sure
see.
we'll
He's in the archives. He's looking for the final.
Zoe's winning. Of course.
Okay, yeah, it's even going. It's accelerating at a breakneck speed. So yes, it does seem like you guys have made a decision. Your match MVP likely going to be Zywa, who had two quiet 20s as well, Chad. He has somewhat of a tendency to do that. But either way, we do have so much more Counter-Strike to come. This is a reminder of what the first looked like. So what is our last game of the day? It's going to be none other than G2 taking on OG.
That's tomorrow morning. That's the one we have tonight. It's the North American game, which is Liquid versus Chaos. That's the final game of the day. And we have Frankie in the building. We've got Harry and Hugo coming on in as well, and they're going to be casting us that one right there. And yeah, you're right, Jason. So for those of you who aren't too familiar, there's been some chopping and changing on the Liquid side of things. I won't talk about it too much because that's their job. I don't want to be dipping into theirs. But the Zywa highlights on screen there. Just to look, he went plus 29 for the series, 52 kills, had 99.4 ADR over both maps.
I do want to highlight as well quickly, Masuta was a really nice addition because I wasn't sure what to expect from this young player, and you guys said, you know, had some downs, also shown a lot of potential. Vertigo was great, Mirage great, really nice prospect.
Well, with Liquid on the way, why don't we have a quick look at one of the many rounds Team Liquid have played as a team.
We've got SK, we've got Liquid, second map coming up, I hope you're ready for it.
Liquid, you've got some problems right now. It's definitely looking good for SK.
Liquid starting on the terrorist side and SK on the CT side.
Let's be honest, 2016 wasn't the best year for Team Liquid, despite having great names in their roster. That's why their performance in Cologne might have surprised quite a bit, especially when you consider the teams they had to face. They managed to climb all the way to the grand final, and now stood against the mighty Brazilians from SK Gaming. However, soon enough, Liquid realized that this might be just too much for them to handle. And after being swept from Train, they again found themselves struggling for breath on Cobblestone.
FNX in position. There's another spray, and FNX all three.
And that's when JDM sparked a faint glimmer of hope.
Seconds on the clock as JDM picks up two big kills, a third one coming in. The American sniper saves them, and that's an ace in one round. JDM destroying SK.
That's your boy JDM, who's buffer than ever. Actually, I think I saw a post recently.
He cut
He's
his hair?
a tan surfer dude now.
Really?
He cut his hair recently.
Has he? Oh,
yeah, he
he's
was
trimmed it off?
streaming the other day. I think I need to
Okay.
double check.
Yeah.
Cobble, that really takes us
I
back
love
right there.
Cobble so much. I know it's garbage, but fix it a little
Oh,
bit.
Okay.
Fix it a little bit and
The
bring
new
it back.
one is worse than the old one.
I don't think I even played it at that point.
But that right there, that was when, you know, SK were at the top of the charts, right? So we're really having to go back in the time machine right there to be seeing those kind of results. But one of the things that I do want to point out is the fact I thought that was going to be Liquid in the grand final from last year's Cologne when they were taking on Vitality, because
No, no,
you know,
no.
that was
Classic.
yeah. Well,
Holy.
hey, look, but I forgot even that one even happened. I forgot the Liquid were in that grand final, to tell you the truth. There's so much Counter-Strike going through my brain. I really struggle
That's
to keep
the error
track.
I mostly have in my brain, which is the problem.
Okay. All right.
Like I'm playing catch up, but that was a fun one for sure.
Let's get out of here then. We're going to take a little bit of a break. When we come back, though, you're going to have Frankie, Harry, and Hugo bringing you chaos up against Team Liquid in the Americas ESL 1 Cologne playoff.
I just flow from the pool. Yeah. I just flow from the book.
Intel Gamer Days is on now. Whether you're looking to buy or build, now is a great time to upgrade. Get limited time offers and giveaways from top names in PC gaming. Unleash elite gaming performance with systems featuring new 10th gen Intel Core processors, and bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game optimizations for a mightier PC experience. Act now. Intel Gamer Days is only here for a limited time.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
If you want to know what you're good at and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Tell me if it's over. Am I your lover? Are we going solo? Or is it polo? Your face is saying don't go. I'm acting like I don't know. Tell me if it's over. Come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over. Will you follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Demons always bother me. I'm leaving, but they follow me. Will you follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Will you follow me under? Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here.
I fell apart when I saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness. Moment of darkness. I fell apart when I saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It's too hard, it don't come easy. I went dark, I lost it right away. And when it starts, God knows what I'll say. In my head, I had good reason. I went red so unexpectedly. I should have said that sometimes happens to me. It was a moment of darkness, a moment moment of darkness. Moment of darkness. Moment of darkness. Rising out the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Never let it go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. 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 Found me in the darkness. Now they see me shining. Calling me a goddess. Thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster. Making my way back, I'm close to home. I'm fighting harder because I've come to claim my throne. Never let it go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. I'm running through the fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. And I live the fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn.
No pulse and all alone. Time's not kind and it won't let go. No thoughts left in my head. My mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black. Cause the soul in me and the heart I have for you. It bleeds for you, it bleeds again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me to life.
a star to my side, tied to run on a faulty line. I'm safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. Does she bring me back? Not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it bleeds again. Oh, you bring me to life. I just need to clear
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, we're searching for the lost and found.
but you don't care. You're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. I'm scared 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own,